Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a keychain, and I've made two parts of it. One is here and one is here, and then I've attached this two parts. And for this one I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and I've used a 3 mm of the hook. So let's begin. So for this one, take your yarn and make a magic circle. Now for the magic circle, just put the yarn around your fingers like this and make an X here, and put the other strand of yarn, the second strand of yarn, at the back like this, and take your hook. Now insert your hook in this way, grab the second strand of yarn like this and turn your hook, and that's it. This is the magic circle and it is done. Now here for round number 1, we are going to chain up 2, 1 and 2, and now we are going to make a puff stitch into this magic circle. So now for the puff stitch, yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn, and you're going to have 3 loops, 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over for one more time, insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn. So that is the second time. For the third time, yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn. And for the last time, yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn. And here you're going to have 9 loops on your hook. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 9 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 9 loops like this and chain 1. And we're going to repeat this pattern for another 7 times. So we're going to have 8 puff stitches. So this is the first puff stitch we have already made, and for the second one, yarn over, insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn, yarn over, second time, yarn over for the third time, and yarn over for the fourth time like this. And now you're going to have 9 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 9 loops and chain 1. And repeat this pattern for another 6 times, as we are going to need 8 puff stitches here. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and chain 1. And I'm going to meet you after my 8 puff stitches. And here it is. I have my 8 puff stitches here plus 8 chain 1s here. And now pull your yarn, your loose end, pull it a little bit tight, and that's going to be a circle like this. Now insert your hook into your second chain. Now remember, as we were starting up this row, we have chained up 2 here. So remember that chain 2 and insert your hook into that second chain here like this, and grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here. This is the end of our round number 1. And now I'm going to cut my yarn, as I'm going to change the color. So cut this yarn and take out this, secure this last stitch, and just gonna make a knot here. And remember, this knot should not be too tight like this. And now change the color of your yarn. So now I'm gonna take the white color and just gonna insert my hook anywhere into chain 1 space. Now this is our puff stitch. This is our puff stitch, and after the puff stitch we have made our chain 1. So you will find your space. You will find your space between 2 puff stitches. So insert your hook into any in between any puff stitch, and you will find your chain 1, and just grab your yarn like this. And now we are gonna chain up 2 here, as we are starting up this round. So chain up 2 here, and we're gonna make another puff stitch into that same chain 1 space. So yarn over and insert your hook into that chain 1 space and grab your yarn, So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, and that's going to be your 9 loops here, and chain 1. Now again, yarn over and insert your hook into that same chain 1 space where you have made your puff stitch, this first puff stitch. Insert your hook into that same space, grab your yarn, and we are going to make another puff stitch here. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops and chain 1, like this. Now skip this puff stitch, we are not going to work on this puff stitch, and we're going to insert our hook again into this chain 1 space. In between these 2 puff stitches, you're going to find your chain 1. So yarn over and insert your hook into that chain 1 space, grab your yarn, and here again we're going to make another 2 puff stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, chain 1, and again into that same space we are going to do another puff stitch, and we are going to repeat this pattern. So we're going to repeat this puff stitch pattern, and into every chain 1 space we are going to do our 2 puff stitches, and by the end of this round we're going to have our 16 puff stitches plus 16 chain 1s, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is at the end of this round number 2. My 16 puff stitches plus 16 chain 1s are here, and now I'm going to insert my hook again into my second chain 1 and 2, like this. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here. Now we're going to again cut the yarn and secure your last stitch. Remember, we are going to put this loose ends inside later on, so don't worry about that. Just make a knot here so that it will be secure. When making this knot, just remember that do not make this knot too tight, or else your work will get shrink, like this. Now again we're going to change the color, and now insert your hook into any chain 1. Now remember that this is where we have made our 2 puff stitches here. So I'm going to insert this hook inside like this, not into this chain 1 where this puff stitch is here. I'm going to insert here my hook where I have my 2 puff stitches from the same chain 1 space below, like this. So I'm going to insert my hook here and we'll change the color. So I'm going to grab my first color, like this, and again we are going to chain up 2 here. Chain 2, and now here into this chain 1 space we are going to make 3 puff stitches. So yarn over and insert your hook and take your yarn. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 9 loops, chain 1. Again we're going to make another puff stitch into that same chain 1 space. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1. Again into that same chain 1 space we're going to make our 3rd puff stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and chain 1. So 3 puff stitches into that same chain 1 space plus 3 chain 1s. So here we have total 6 stitches. Now we're going to skip this puff stitch from the previous round, and we're going to insert our hook into this chain 1 space after that, after this puff stitch. So insert your hook, grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here. So just pull your yarn through all your loops and make a slip stitch like this. Now again, we're going to skip this next puff stitch, and into this chain 1 space, we're going to repeat our pattern. So we're going to put our 3 puff stitches into that same chain 1 space plus 3 chain 1s. So it's 1, 2, 3, and chain 1. Again, another puff stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 1, and third puff stitch, 1, 2, and 3, and the last one, fourth one. Now chain 1 like this. Now we're gonna skip this next puff stitch and into the chain 1. After that, make your slip stitch and keep on repeating it, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. And here it is. I've done my this last 3 puff stitches and chain 1 here, and now this is my last stitch where I will make my slip stitch. Since we'll insert my this chain 1 space, grab your yarn and make a slip stitch. And now we're going to make one more slip stitch on chain 2 here. To attach our this work, and it's going to look like this. Now again, I'm going to cut the yarn and will secure my this yarn in a last stitch so that it will not come up in the way. Always remember not to make this knot too tight. And that's it. We're going to put this loose ends in later on. Now again, we are going to change the color of our yarn. So we're going to take the second color. So for that one, take the second color, and here we have our slip stitch. This is our slip stitch. So any slip stitch, take any slip stitch. This is my slip stitch, and I will insert my hook after that slip stitch. After that, like this, and will grab my yarn. Now here, I will attach my this last yarn by making one knot. Like this. Don't make this knot too tight. And I will insert my hook into that same stitch, grab the yarn, and we'll make a chain 1, and this chain 1 will count as my first single crochet. And I'm going to keep on doing single crochets all the way until here. So I'm going to do my 6 single crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 single crochets here. And now, as we have made a slip stitch here, for this slip stitch, I will not insert my hook into this slip stitch on top. I will, instead of inserting my hook into this top part of my slip stitch, I will insert into the bottom part here, like this. And we'll grab my yarn from the back, and we'll make a long single crochet here. So just yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and this is a longer single crochet. Again, we're going to repeat this pattern. So again, we're going to have our 6 single crochets, the normal single crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And for this one, for this slip stitch, insert your hook into this bottom part, grab your yarn and make your slip stitch here. Sorry, make your single crochet here, a longer single crochet, and we're going to repeat this pattern. And by the end of this round, in total, we're going to have our 56 stitches, our 56 single crochets, including this longer single crochets. And I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. I've done my 55 single crochets, and this is going to be my last single crochet, 56 single crochet, and that's going to be my longer single crochet like this. And I will insert my hook into my first chain 1. Grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here. Now here, cut your yarn and put your all loose ends in and make another part like this, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is. I've done my second part, and this is my first part. I've made exactly the same 2 parts, and now we're gonna attach this 2 parts. So this is the back portion of my both the parts, and I'm gonna attach them like this. Now to attach them, as I'm here on my after my longer single crochet, I'm here on my first stitch. I will go here. This is the back portion, and I will go here. After my longer single crochet, I will go here. And we'll grab my yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here. And I will keep on making my slip stitches. So 1 slip stitch on each stitch, grab both the parts, and I'm going to end up having my 56 this slip stitches. So just insert your hook into the both parts like this, grab your yarn and grab it through all your loops and make your slip stitch. And keep on making your slip stitches, keep on attaching both the parts, and you're gonna have your 56 slip stitches, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is. I have attached both the parts like this, and I've made my 56 slip stitches here. Now I'm gonna chain up 30 here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 28, 29, and 30. 30 chain, and I will insert my hook into that same stitch and we'll grab the yarn. We'll make a slip stitch here, and this is our loop. And that's it. Now I'm gonna cut the yarn. I'll secure my last stitch and will insert this loose end in, and here it is. Just insert this one loose end in, ta-da! And our keychain is ready. And I hope you have liked this today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share, and comment on my videos. And please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.